How you doing, good brother? How you doing, good brother? Behind the scenes, your boy. We have a lot going on, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I am not that loud right now. I'm not tripping. We gonna get to where we gonna get to. I'm trying to stay calm. There's been a lot of disrespect. There was a lot of, ooh, look at that there. You see that? You see that? Do you see it? I had to take my glasses off because I want to make sure that you can see. Do you see that there, Norwood? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the pregame of episode 85 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. I am your wonderful, ecstatic, not mad co-host, Reggie.
I'm Norwood.
Remember, somebody was going to be mad. Somebody was going to be mad, if I remember correctly. That's what Norwood was saying. So somebody was for sure going to be mad. And he predicted that my team was going to lose. Predicted that we were going to get beat by the Texas Christian Hypnotoads, a.k.a. the Horned Frogs. Wasn't that you that said that? Was it you?
I said it, man.
I just want to make sure I know. I said what?
It, yo.
I just want you to sit there and stare at that meme that I held in my phone for 3 months. Just so that I could sit here and send this to you. That's all I wanted to do. I held this meme. I did not use it the entire time. I sat here humbly as I was berated by mounds and mounds of hate. Mounds and mounds of disdain. A lot of excuses. I still have hate
and disdain for you.
A lot of excuses. I'm not really just shooting at you. I'm shooting at a lot of people through you. The bullets is going through your torso. These are slugs coming. Slugs. Had a lot of passive-aggressive sarcasm. Pagan, come on down, brother. How you doing? You all right today? Are you okay? Pagan. Let me turn this off so you can see my face. Pagan. You had a lot of Drake-ish type comments the first time we won the national championship. The first one that we won in a row. You said, "Oh, I understand it's your first one. Congrats. ... Now, Pagan, you are more of a mascot to me. You represent everybody that didn't really become an Alabama fan until like 2 years after Nick Saban got there. And then they came back with like my cousins, great-grandmamas, aunts. Somebody went to Alabama or worked there at the cafeteria. I know Pagan's cousin played football. But I'm just talking about the other people who great-great-grand-aunt, did something but didn't, try to have some type of reach and stretch to get to Alabama. Talking to y'all. Norwood, welcome. Mr. Florida Gator. Mr. Tim Tebow is my savior. Yes, sir. Mr. Wearing purple and black, just like the Horned Frogs that he said he was going for. Y'all remember the name. I'll quote. He said, "We're all Horned Frogs tomorrow," is what he said. That's what he said. A lot of Georgia Tech people out there. How y'all doing? Welcome. Shout out to y'all. Great engineering school, great alumni base, wonderful black alumni. My godbrother went there, played football. Wonderful people. A lot of people from high school. Y'all was in my DMs too, talking about to hell with Georgia. To hell with you and Georgia. You know, I wouldn't even said nothing. You just said to hell with Georgia. Somebody hit me with the hell to you and Georgia. Like, I'm the one that made y'all sucky at football since 1990. I mean, y'all had like 2000 and, Calvin Johnson years. Calvin Johnson got y'all, and Demaryius Thomas. Y'all had them. That's cool. How y'all doing? Welcome. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Zach, how you doing? Come on down, Zach. He said, my disdain for Georgia. Everybody knows my disdain for Georgia is what Zach said. Let's go TCU is what Zach said. We're all Horned Frogs. What Zach said. How you doing? Welcome. 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 The damn Hypnotoad people. How y'all like that? How y'all like them apples? 65 fucking 5 points to 7. It should have been 72-0 if you really want to be honest. We gave them a touchdown by running away from the receiver. We let Max Duggan score. You know, this game was very, very personal. I didn't really know all of the underlying storylines. Yeah, Tymon Mitchell, former Georgia player, transferred to TCU, became a starter. Ha, we see. I hope you make it to the league. You're a big fish in a small pond, brother. It's cool.
This is the worst thing could have happened.
Matt Duggart, isn't that his name? Duggart finished ahead of Stetson Bennett for the Heisman Trophy. Finished ahead of him. Sonny Dykes, TCU coach, 14-1, coach of the year. Coach of the year over Kirby Smart, 15-0. I don't even know who I want to start with first. So I guess I'll start with the person to my, this would be my right. How you doing, brother? You all right? You good?
Doing the best I can.
65-7. Did you watch all of the touchdowns? Did you watch all of the records being broken? You did not, did you? No. You went home. You went to sleep trying to dream about how you can build a time machine to take your bum ass back to 2006 and 2008 with Tim Tebow and Chris Leak, and you can live in them bum ass Urban Meyer glory years. You talked a lot of shit to me since 2008 when I met you. A lot of shit. You talked a lot of shit. You know, I'd be sitting there going to church, and you would say, hey, you going to church in Georgia? Man, you must be a loser. You know, I remember those jokes. I remember the jokes. I remember when Georgia would be 13-1 and y'all had Felipe Franks, and you still would say, my team has a championship. You would say Georgia's 41 years. You're on the clock is what you said. On the goddamn clock is what you said. Well, my brother, not only did we win it last year, you said, well, the clock started. It's going to be another 40 years before y'all win. No, brother, it wasn't even 40 months. Wasn't even 40 months. Got another one, 15-0. 15-0 left, no doubt. Florida, 2023, 2008, 15 years ago. Been a lot of class reunions. Been a lot of class reunions. How you feel, brother?
Not great. Not great.
We just getting started. I'm going to let you know. Right. I didn't call nobody. I didn't text. I didn't say anything. All I said was, I don't want a close game. I don't want a good game. I said, I don't. You remember I said that? I said, I do not want a good game. Oh, DJ. DJ from Durham, North Carolina, but somehow is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and Florida Gators fan. Don't know how that happened. How you doing, brother? Yeah. You tune in every week. You're absent today. That's all right. This gonna be a nice little trailer. Nice little trailer. Calling everybody out by name. By name. To all the people that shot at my friend's Elway. Yes, he's a fair weather Georgia fan. His football's really not his thing. But you shot at Elway through me, Brother Wortham. Brother Wortham. You shot an LOA through me. Now, we cordial. I ain't going to say too much crazy stuff. But it's a new sheriff in town, big dog. New sheriff in town, big dog. We out here. Y'all can roll on back to Birmingham, Fairfield, and Tuscaloosa. Just stay on I-20. It's all right. Don't know what's about to happen with y'all, but we know what's about to happen with us. We only lose 4 starters. We lost 15 last year, and we got to win for 15. What's Stetson say? We were trying to find somebody to beat us, and we ran out of games. Quote of the night. Quote of the night. And the funny thing is, people were saying Stetson's 25 years old. He wasn't even the oldest player on the field. TCU got a 30-year-old punter. I ain't never heard Norwood this quiet before. Ever. I've never heard you this quiet before.
Because the game itself was so disappointing.
To you.
And definitely to me. And you knew going into it, the TCU was not the number 4 ranked team.
Man, I don't want to hear that bullshit. TCU was just another team that got beat. They were beat just like the other 14 teams got beat. Just like Tennessee, they said Tennessee was going to come and beat us. What do we do? Beat their ass. They said Oregon was going to come there with Dan Lannon. What do we do? Beat their ass. They said, LSU, what do we do? We beat their ass. What did Ohio State do? They came in there and learned how to play. We hit hard. Took out your motherfucking receiver. Y'all played well. Beat y'all ass. Tremaine, how you doing, brother? I remember all the jokes you had for UGA when Ohio State was up in 2014. I remember all of that. 9 years later, you still claiming. No, I ain't gonna shoot at you, Tremaine. You don't really say much. But you did say Georgia was a laughing stock. Dabo and all of my family in South Carolina. How y'all doing, Clemson? USC? State College? Well, not State College. I love South Carolina State. Clemson? USC? Y'all all right? Y'all all right? I ain't never seen a fan base go from USC to Clemson to USC to Clemson to USC to Clemson just to beat Georgia. How you a fan of 2 teams? What do y'all do on the last day? Nothing. Dabo, go ahead and pack it up, big dog. They try to get you up out of there. Talking about NIL, his name, image, and likeness of God. God said, don't use my name. Not in name. Don't use my name in vain, big dog. Don't use my name in vain, big dog. I got bigger fish to fry. Clemson. Hey, Dabo, he gonna go right on down and try to replace Saban. Go ahead, brother. How y'all doing? Yes, Texas, Oklahoma, come on to the party. Auburn, hey, Tennessee. I'm coming right back to Tennessee because y'all talking about y'all got to beat 60. We beat a team in the national championship 65-7. Y'all beat a team. Y'all got beat by a team that was 6-6, 63-28. South Carolina beat y'all. Y'all let South Carolina score 63 points, and they beat y'all and then all transferred away. They ain't even want to be there. Y'all was just another notch on the belt. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed the Orange Bowl, both of y'all. There's a whole lot of shades of orange and disappointment. That's what we going to call it. How y'all doing? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Splash Class, episode 85 of the Around the League edition of the Splash Cast. I am your co-host, Reggie. I had to introduce myself again because I want to make sure that y'all know my name. I want to make sure y'all know my name because I'm going to remind you of all the disrespect. And nobody want to be in my DMs today. A lot of digression. A lot of like, that's a 25. A lot of digression. Nothing. Quiet. Crickets. I was looking. I was scrolling. I was looking. Nothing. Y'all had a lot of shit to say after the first one. I ain't quiet. We got the whole nation quiet. Everybody quiet. Eric Ainge from Tennessee that says Stetson Bennett was a bum. Eric Ainge says Stetson Bennett was a bum. Eric Ainge. ... I'm just gonna leave that there. That's all the insults you need. You just gotta say Eric Ainge. Insult. You ain't gotta say nothing else. And then everybody want to get on TCU. Y'all set them up for this. Y'all all picked TCU. Fox, Kirby was pissed. He said he had to sit in there with Fox and listen to all that bullshit. They all picked them. Lee Corso putting on the horn frog. Hey, bro. Hey, Lee, go ahead right off into the sunset, big dog. They only got you at half the games anyway. Go ahead, right. You can be a special co-host. You can put on the mascot head at the end of every but all that analysis was wrong. Everybody was wrong. Even Nick Saban, who didn't really want to pick Georgia, was like, hey, if TCU tries to go fast and doesn't get any first downs, it's going to be a long night. And that happened literally by the third possession. The third possession, the game was damn over. Let's get into it. Let's get into the pregame, y'all. Now that I'm done with this, man. Now that I am finished with this, let's get into the pregame. Got a few things to talk about. We do want to say a few things. You know, we normally talk about the Braves in an off season. We talk about all this other stuff. So I want to say thank you to 77, who actually deserved to be called Luke Jackson after 2 years ago when we won the World Series. Similar to when the Georgia Bulldogs won the national championship.
Oh, boy. Congratulations, Luke. That's all I got right now. That's all I got. I mean, shit. It's bad. It's bad right now.
Oh, you should have known it was bad when I didn't say nothing. When we won and I didn't say a word, I said, okay. I said, let me get my life together first. Let me get my life together first. Let me get my thoughts together. Do we really want to talk about Skip Bayless again? I guess we can. Let's talk about Skip. So why do you think Skip Bayless was famous for everything, being a hater, basically? And of course, this has been studied.
Oh, he's a well-respected journalist. Let's not do that now.
And he's a hater. He's a hater too. You can be both. They're not mutually exclusive. Some people make themselves well-respected journalists by being haters. He really just got made into the antagonist by ESPN, honestly, and it stuck. And Skip said these things. The NFL, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Somehow, this tweet, I ain't going to say somehow, this tweet comes off insensitive and got Skip in hot water.
Depends on who you ask. He said he wasn't in hot water.
That sounds like, hey, my boss is good with it. The hell with all y'all. That's what that sounds like to me.
And that is, in fact, not hot water. That's the coolest of waters. If your boss is cool with it, then what you talking to me for? I say this, and I'll stand by this. You clearly see that he says, the NFL is considering postponing the game, but he also says the very bottom, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Specifically talking about the game, saying the game is absolutely irrelevant. But as anybody, if you've ever worked in sports, you consider, what do we do from here? As a person who's worked for a hockey team, worked for a pro baseball team, and shit happens. It's an event. It's an event every night. And every night that something can happen, it will happen. And while you're dealing with that, you have to think about, how do we continue? It's not paying attention to that person, not giving that person the respect they deserve. It's just something naturally embedded in you. Just like if you're an entertainer, if you do shows, you go on tour, you have to be able to take that moment to be in the moment, but at the same time understand, how do we move around this situation? And in this situation, there's so many other time constraints because this is the end of the season. This is a playoff game, and most of the time, you go on your way. I can understand, because that was not the first thing, but definitely one of the things I thought in my head. How do they go? Where do they go from here, and how do they do it?
So, again, it was definitely ill-timed and poorly worded. I feel like, so I had a long time to sit and think about this. In the world of journalism, especially with journalism and social media, it is a fight to be the first person with the story, be the first person with the quote, be the first person with the tweet, to be the first normally gets you more credit in the journalism entertainment world when it comes to sports or entertainment, all entertainment really. So I have in my mind no doubt that Skip, as soon as they talked about this, he just fired off that tweet. And
which is what he does. He tweets stream of consciousness as sports happen, just like me and you do when we get on the Splashcast. It's a very normal thing to do.
And at that point, I think he realized, because he did have a response, if I'm not mistaken. He realized that he shouldn't have said that. And he actually just got a lot of flack, and they can't in his DMs, and everybody replied to him, which he's used to taking heat anyway, and decided to send another tweet and basically say, no, I wasn't being insensitive, blase, blase, blah. And then, of course, everything that happened with Shannon Sharp. I think
he
was
already
poorly timed.
He first led by
by
saying, I'm praying for the man and his family. Then he clearly says,
boy, AJ,
and he's saying the game
Riley
clearly does not matter. He says the game is irrelevant. But so often people have already made their decision on if they like you or dislike you. So whatever you say is kind of irrelevant. If it falls into the narrative that they enjoy, then from there they're going to run with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, it was ill-timed. Skip got to learn to just take a breath. If he just didn't tweet it and waited until afterwards, maybe wait a little bit longer, he would have been all right. But he didn't do that.
That's so egregious. And the reason I say that is people ask for truth and authenticity and all of this, and because it's at the end of the day, for me, it's just that people don't like Skip. Whatever Skip said, they would have found an issue with it, which they already kind of do. And that's the reason I think that he's pretty unapologetic about, I'm not taking it down, and I said what I meant. Y'all gonna have an issue with anything I say. So I'm gonna just say what I believe, and then y'all can do whatever you want to.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I do definitely think it was influenced by people that didn't like him. But it is what it is.
Somebody called him racist. I'm like, you see, do you know who his co-hosts are?
I mean, his co-host didn't show up that day. I mean, Stephen A. I mean, him and Stephen A. beefing. I'm not saying he's racist, but I mean, I think that's a poor reference.
He hand-selected both of his co-hosts. He said, these are the two guys that I want.
That don't mean you not. No, I mean, Skip is not racist. I'm not saying Skip is racist. Just because you hand select a black man as a white man don't mean you not racist.
And put them in a premier position?
Don't mean you not racist. That don't mean you not racist. That means you playing the game. There's plenty of racist white people that have put black people in prominent positions, and they still racist.
For their own benefit.
You don't think you don't think this isn't beneficial? You don't think Shannon Sharp is beneficial to Skip Bayless? You don't think Stephen A. Smith's personality is beneficial to Skip Bayless?
I think that if he's that good of a talent judge, what it looks like he is, he could probably find somebody else to do it if he really wanted to.
I mean, that's hypothetical.
Seems to be good. He seems to be pretty good at it. He 2 for 2.
Biggie. So you don't think you kind of just sidestepped my question.
What?
I said you don't think a white man can put a black man in a prominent role and be racist, and you kind of sidestepped that.
I mean, yes, there's.
I said Skip isn't racist,
but I don't see people handing out opportunities like that.
You don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna call everybody racist. We're gonna get out of here, but you don't know. There's a lot of people that are racist that I don't think you pay attention to, but it's there. I mean, you work in corporate America. It's there. But back to the blacks. Brehanna Daniels is the first African-American woman to become a NASCAR.
Unhinged.
To be a NASCAR pit crew member. Shout out to her. This is one of her goals. She's been working towards this for a long time. This is one of the spaces that black people are just now breaking into. I actually am not. I'm going to say this. I am very surprised because when you normally try to break into a sport that's not for us, that we normally aren't in or dominate in, it's hard for black men to get in there. It's 10 times harder for black women to get in there. So for a black woman to break into NASCAR and become a pit crew member is like out of this world to me. Like this is huge. This is big.
Yeah, it just always amazes me things that Black people are doing for the very first time in 2023.
A lot of firsts. I mean, yeah.
I feel like it's late for some of these firsts, but I guess better late than never.
I mean, United States ain't nothing but 300 years old. 500 years old, sorry. 300 years, no, 1776, 2076, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hope for more progress. Maybe I was a little bit more of an optimist.
Yeah. you are.
What's that? Yeah.
You are. Hey, man.
Congratulations, Miss Daniels. Boy.
Congratulations, Miss Daniels. You are awesome. You are awesome. I hope you get to bring in more Black women and women of color into the NASCAR space. Y'all remember Lewin Diaz? Lewin Diaz was actually.
How you gonna remember me? He looked like he'd been on everybody's team in the last week and a half.
He actually tweeted to the Braves, "Hey, y'all need to come sign me." When he was with Miami, and
I like that. Hey, bro, who did that? What's his name?
Another guy from
the Seahawks.
Oh, for the Seahawks. Yeah. Earl Thomas.
Come get me. Boy, you on a team. That's fine. Come get me, dog. I need a new team.
So he said that when he was with Miami. Miami said, bet. We're going to designate free agents. You went to Pittsburgh, designated free agent. Went to Baltimore, designated free agent. Got to where he wanted to go after the season, December 23rd, traded to Atlanta. Lasted 5 days. Designated free agent, back to Baltimore. This would
7 whole days. Not a word from you.
This would be funny if it were during the season and he had to travel to all these places. I'm pretty sure he didn't go to anywhere.
Oh, no, I'm just staying at home. Hey, when I'm done, y'all let me know and I'll show up there. Damn, but you got to think, every time that you get to one of these teams, you have to have one of those weird-ass conversations where they bring you on board only to subsequently release you a day later. Hey, man, happy to have you here. I think you're going to be a wonderful part of the team. We love the way that you can contribute. Also, not going to work out here. We're going to have you go on to your next destination. Don't worry about it.
They have two separate conversations?
We've already done all the signatures. Well, you hired and fired every day, boy.
You think they do two conversations? I feel like they signed him on the 23rd and said, "Hey, big dog, don't even get on the plane. We ain't got no tablet for you, no playbook. Don't even learn the signals." On the 28th, you out of here. Or 23rd. They pick you up. Hey, big dog. Baltimore picked him up twice in a month. You knew you weren't staying. Like, you know he going to be designated free agent again.
This means you're right on the precipice of being good.
Or right on the precipice of being out of the league.
But why? I can't understand the strategy of pick up, drop. That's just money games, way above my pay grade when it comes to baseball.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it's money involved, you'll understand why. Especially
baseball
if you have to pay them. Yeah. Speaking of money,
I want a jersey from each one of these teams, though.
Oh yeah, you got to send me a jersey.
Just like Carmelo played for the Hawks.
Yeah, you got to do that. But speaking of the money, Cristiano Ronaldo, the first year gets $200 million. Boy, Steph Sneaky, you know that dude ain't got no W-2. He got a 1099. They gonna put all them places on one piece of paper. But Cristiano Ronaldo, everybody was like, "Damn, you going to Saudi Arabia to play?" We talked about it before. $200 million, $16 million a month, $548,000 a day, $23,000 an hour, $380 a minute, $6.34. 34 minutes.
A 2018 Civic for that, right? And every hour you can go buy you a Civic.
Or a house. That's a down payment for a house every hour. 24 hours, 24 houses.
I mean, every day I get $548,000. Pay me daily. I want my check every day. When I wake up, Have my money.
Want to do this like Groundhog Day, dog? Just wake up and go do some wild shit and then just go to sleep and be like, it's back again.
548 in a day a few times. Boy, I'm going to run it up. Just give me the check for the day. Just, give me that money for today. Today.
That's crazy. I now see why Cristiano Ronaldo went over there. I mean, he got 3 years, 750.
I do not. No. Them boys over there, they already had to make special rules for his relationship so he could be over there with his girlfriend because you can't live with your girlfriend over there.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy.
And he like, I'm not getting married. Now, see, my thing about that is when they make them rules, that's cool because you just got over there. When it's time for you to leave, if they want to change them rules and you stuck, and your name is Chuck.
Yeah, they start sending somebody out there to fight you like this. They just start.
Soccer players have the worst fights because it's never like, why are you twisting?
Grabbed his hair. Like this is like two girls fighting in the club. This is what this looks like.
You gonna do everything but punch him. Like at this point, you done scratched him. Oh no! You didn't see what he did with the left hand. That's dirty. That's
what he do.
Oh, I mean.
Oh no!
Oh, you right in there.
Hit him with you gotta let go after that. That was the fight was over when you did that.
We are fighting different. Look at that hand. No, dog, your left hand placement is nasty. Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, we are not ending this well. I'm getting put out of here. The man has grabbed in my region too many times. I gotta let him know this ain't cool. Like right here, see that? Nuh-uh. Then he went again. Oh my God, and stayed.
I didn't see that.
I
really don't want it. That's all right.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is hands.
Let's go back to Brehanna. Brehanna, shout out to you. First woman, American woman to become a NASCAR. We don't want to see no man grope another man in a fight no more. That ain't it. That ain't it.
Hey, boy, I will do to you what Georgia did to TCU.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame of the Splashcast, and we are just getting started. You know, when we come to the Around the League edition, we talk about news around the culture, HBCU culture, basketball, NBA, college when necessary, mostly NBA. Nobody really watches college anymore down in the Southeast. And then football, we got NFL, and then we're going to recap the annihilation, the record-setting, dynasty starting.
It was a waste of a
championship.
It was a waste of my time. I can't remember the last time that I've wasted time like I watched, like the time that I wasted watching some of that game.
I actually watched a little bit of the Florida Vanderbilt game. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned.